All right, guys, welcome back. We got another fun topic for you to think about this coming month. So we've talked before about mechanics, the 3 things that make you successful CrossFitter, or I think any kind of training program is the mechanics, consistency and movement, and then intensity. So today in particular, we're going to talk about bridging that gap between consistency and movement and intensity and what it is exactly that we're looking for. So I have a little story I want to say, or kind of to get you guys thinking about it. Say, for instance, this is completely hypothetical. We had one person here that he could do Fran, and he did it in under 2 minutes. But he hit all the movement standards, but it was just a wreck. He was rounding. Every movement looked completely different than the other, but he somehow got 2 minutes, right? So what does that tell us about that athlete if we were to make the movements look more consistent? And why do we care about consistency and movement? Because that's the best, that's the most efficient way to do the movement. So that's why. So this person, knowing that he set that time with every rep looking a little different, we know that if we clean stuff up, he could even go faster. So I have so to get you guys kind of thinking about it, I have an analogy that I wrote, put some targets up here so you can see it. And imagine that we were at a shooting range and we had 3 shooters and they were all the exact same skill level. That could never happen, but just say they were the exact same skill level. And 3, 2, 1, go. They shot the target. They had however many shots. And this is one target right here. All over the place. He was obviously going just for speed. He's probably shooting from the hip, not even looking down the sights. And he is all over the map. Okay? Then we got this one here in the middle. Has a pretty good group. Some of them got away from him. He was going pretty fast, but that's just what happens. Sometimes he had a couple get away. And then we have this one over here. Took his time, aimed down the sights. Every shot is right in the bullseye. So if we were to think about how that would relate to workouts, what do you think, which one do you think we're looking for? If we were to say like how we want our movements. I'll let you guys think about it for a second. Pick which one you think it is. The answer, if we're looking for consistency in movement and pushing intensity, is going to be this middle sign. It's okay if a couple slip away, but we always want to try to come back to that middle circle. So now, I want to kind of relate that to how this would look in the gym, and I have 2 different workouts. And this can be a good thing for you guys when you think about scaling. What weight should I use? First, it's what's the movement that we're doing and how familiar am I and how comfortable am I with that movement. So the first one we want to talk about is something like Isabel. That is 30 snatches for time. Okay, so someone that you know for a fact, like snatches, that's still pretty new to me and I'm working on it. When we approach the workout, we're going to be trying to have every movement hit perfectly, okay? But just knowing that we are still kind of unfamiliar with this movement, that some of them are going to get away from us. Now, if we're really familiar with snatches, we might go a little bit faster, and at the very end, things start to break down. Maybe our background's a little bit, but that's just going to be for our last 5 reps, or whatever it is that happens in the workout. Now, another analogy, say we have Karen. That's 150 wall balls for time. That one, we want to keep consistency and movement so we can go longer, right? We want to make it not break down as little as we can. But it's okay, say we're grinding, we're pushing the intensity. To make it perfect reps, we would have to rest and do our last 20. But instead, we decided to go for the last 20 without putting it down, and our last 10 reps, we maybe have to jump to get the ball to the line. That's not perfect form, but it only happened our last 10 reps out of 150, and we can get away with something like that. So the reason that it is so important to keep most of your reps, consistency and movement, we want to pay attention to the mechanics, is because it reduces our likelihood to get injured. And so we can keep coming back and training day after day after day and not have to worry about it. So when you're looking at the workouts this week or this whole month, kind of look at the movements that we have. And if you see a weight that's a little heavy for you, it's a movement that you're not too familiar with, that would be a perfect day to kind of scale the weight back, push the intensity on that workout. And then if you wanted to hang out after class and work on that movement a little more on your own, then that is totally fine. The coaches will also be there to help you. All right, guys, I hope this helps, and I will see you next month.